Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Welcome to the Halloween edition of The Girls.
Well, I love your costume, Janine.
Thanks. I figured I'd just wear what I am. Well, I wanted to wear something original because you guys wanted to be something pretty, and I wanted to be something more scary and creepy, and it was so fun getting the eyeball soup and the spiders, and you know, I have my witch glass.
Your witch's brew. What are you drinking?
And then, well, it's a special spidery drink with goop in it.
With goopy.
Yeah.
Well, we had a lot of fun getting our costumes, first of all. As you could tell, I'm Cleopatra, and we tried on so many different costumes at Designs Unlimited in Freeland, and we want to thank Barb Haraschak for all her help. She makes the costumes, she sews, she does all kind of beautiful outfits for people. And then, of course, we have
Carmen Miranda. I am known as the Brazilian bombshell, and I didn't know anything about her. I just thought it was like the Chiquita banana lady. I just thought it was something with fruit, and then I looked her up, and she is gorgeous. Wow, was she ever beautiful. So I'm so happy to be her and, you know, learn about her too. So
Show off that leg, because I actually picked my outfit because
I have a big slit up the leg.
Because of the socks. I love the witch's socks.
Yeah, very cool.
Flare.
Okay, lift your leg up here.
Okay. Well, during the break, I'll do that for you, Jasmine.
Well, Cleopatra was the queen of the Nile, and I really should have been carried in and placed on the set because she didn't walk anywhere. So I've been trying to get my husband Sam into carrying me around, and we're going to work on that later, but I'm feeling a little verklempt. I usually have someone standing over me, fanning me.
So,
and Janine, you rode your broomstick in.
I did. I usually bring my broomstick to work, so I decided to bring it here to the show.
Nice.
So I have my broomstick with me. I have, again, I'll be casting some spells on my little spell cast.
Awesome.
Okay. This was so fun. I was like a little kid, and I'm not a really big Halloween dress-up person where you do the mask and you do the face and you do the face paint. I was always a punk rocker growing up. I'm like, oh, I'll just be a punk rocker because I wasn't really into Halloween. But there are people who go all out on Halloween costumes to win a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And some of those costumes, I know we were talking about, you know, we asked some of our Facebook fans about what some costumes that they were going to dress up of, and I know someone said a transformer, a telephone. What else?
I don't know, but you were telling me earlier about a really, really dirty costume that somebody wore and won a lot of money. You want to share that with us?
I don't know if we should say that. It's really, but it was a dirty tampon that someone. But they won $500. It was the grossest costume ever, and
so what did you do with your prize money?
Good one, Jasmine. So they won $500, but now, I mean, people are really serious about Halloween. They get dressed up, and they go and they can win $5,000. But again, I was never really a big fan of Halloween.
I love Halloween, and as you could see, I did bring a lot of props. I try to decorate the house as much as I can, and I just love getting dressed up because you could be anything you want to be. As a kid, I used to go trick-or-treating for a whole week at a time. I mean, we loved it. Did you like that?
Oh my gosh, I love Halloween, yeah. And you know, Halloween started back a long time ago. It was actually, you're supposed to recognize the spirits and the people that are dead. But I think that, you know, as long as if it's all in good fun and you're not like, you know, sacrificing black cats, but you're dressing up and you're giving out candy, it's a really giving holiday. It is. And it's a really nice holiday that you can share with your whole community.
Well, what about Mischief Night? You know, the night before Halloween was always called Mischief Night, and then you get the egg throwing, and so I mean that's the downside of the mischievous side of Halloween. But I mean, some people, you know, they do look forward to Mischief Night.
So what are some of your favorite scary movies?
My favorite scary movies. Now let's go back to the trauma in my life. Every Saturday night, my mother would go to her little bingo thing at her friend's house, and my sister Mary Jean was in charge of watching the kids.
Oh, that's good.
So Mary Jean would take us to the family room area and turn out all the lights, and we'd have to sit and watch The Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock. So between The Birds, which I still don't like birds because of that, The Birds, that was so scary. And then, of course, we had Alfred Hitchcock, the one with the nurse that was in the house taking care of the poor patient. And it was a ee-oo, one, of course, with the who's the guy in the house with the Bates Motel. So I remember all those, and I'm traumatized by that. So I don't go for like the spooky stuff.
I'm not into spooky.
Yeah,
I am like a really big fan of Chucky. Like since I was like 2 years old, I used to watch it all the time. I just love them. I love them. I love them. Now they kind of got more funny and not so scary, but I always really liked him. And of course, Halloween movies are awesome too.
Well, what was the most favorite thing you dressed up as?
Oh. I had to think about that. We tried a lot of costumes on as we were talking about. We went to the boutique, and one costume I was thinking about being was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Again, I love the shoes, and I was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz when I was younger. And you know, if those of you who watch the show know that I have a twin brother, so I was Dorothy and he was a scarecrow. One year he was Mickey and I was Minnie. So those are the years that I remember the most. One year he was a football player and I was a cheerleader. I thought about, someone on Facebook actually said this, they said you should go as a cheerleader for Tim Tebow.
Do you know one year?
There you go.
One year I was dressed up as a flower in a pot. I was in the pot. My skirt was the pot. One year I was a princess on a horse.
That's neat.
My back legs were the horse's legs.
That's
neat. And then one year I remember I was a clown. They dressed me up as a clown. I looked in the mirror and I started crying my eyes out because I was so upset about it. So I was dressed up as some pretty like really silly things.
And this year you were a strawberry.
And this year I was a strawberry, and everybody had no idea what I was. But
well, one year we got together for a party that we were invited to go to. So we had about 10 people in our group, and everyone dressed as the Grim Reaper. And then we had one person that was a guy who was dressed up as the mourning widow. And so of course the rolled-up stockings, the old Italian mourning widow. And in the purse was a tape of crying, booing. And so then they got this old casket that was in the shape of like the Frankenstein casket. And of course, in goes Debbie in the casket, dressed as a man, old body, whatever. And they had me in this black outfit. And so they carried this casket, put it in an old ambulance, and we drove to the party, walked in the party. Of course, no one knew who we were. So they placed the casket down with me in it, and we had gone to the cemetery and we took the dead flowers out of the garbage can. So they had this wreath of dead flowers there and all the smoke, and they opened up the casket and there was an arm with blood dripping from it. And so everybody kept coming over and looking because they were encouraged to go over to the viewing. And as each person came around, of course, I was totally still until the very last guy, and he started poking at me going, oh, it's real, it's a dummy, it's a dummy. And then I slowly sat up and opened my eyes, and I think the guy had to change his pants because it was quite scary.
That's elaborate.
But that was really good. And then they took me in into the coffin and took me in a restaurant, and they were turning me sideways and whatever.
You were wrapping up.
Okay, we're wrapping up. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere because we have some spectacular things to show you.
We're going to talk about carving pumpkins. I wanted to do this kit. We're going to talk about it on The Girls Stay With Us. It's the Halloween edition. All right, well, I'm very excited. I've been waiting all season to try out the Pumpkin Masters Carving Party Kit, and we have our own pumpkin carving masters with us. We have Bella, and we have Alyssa, and we have little Debbie. Little Debbie. All right, so these are our kiddos. This is Sammy's little girl, Bella. This is my little girl, Alyssa. Mason was unable to attend because he's a boy and he didn't want to be on the girls.
And he is a pumpkin.
He is a little pumpkin. Okay, so here's what we do. We have the pumpkin carving kit, and it says, you know, we have all of our little ingredients here. We have to pick which picture we want to do, and then we have all of our material. We have gloves to get out the guts, right? We have napkins for cleanup. We have the carving utensils here.
The old-fashioned stuff.
And here. So what do you say? I like to carve it, carve it. I like to carve it, carve it. I like to carve it, carve it. Let's carve it. This is always my favorite part, the guts. The fun part for kids, I think, is just making a mess.
They're the pumpkin
Provided
seeds.
It's not at your house, it's at someone else's, like here. And the nice thing about this is, you know, you like to use the pumpkins to make pumpkin pies. I like to bake the seeds.
I like the seeds with all the salt on it too, but the pumpkin pie, that's another show. Did you pick out what you're going to be for Halloween yet? What you're going to dress up as?
A sock hopper.
A sock hopper?
What's sock
You're going to be a sock? A dirty sock or a clean sock?
No, a sock hopper, right?
Yeah.
She's going to wear, are you going to wear a poodle skirt and bobby socks and saddle shoes or sneakers? You're going to put your hair up in a... For those watching that know what a sock hop is, you're old.
And Alyssa's going to be a gangster, but it's really cool. It's going to be a female gangster.
A female Al Capone.
Yeah. Once we get all the guts out, okay, then we're going to take our pattern, okay? And what side are you doing yours on, Bella? The front, this part?
The clean side, I would
Okay,
think.
so we're going to turn this around, and we're going to tape it on here, like so. Okay. So it even shows you. So we're going to tape that on. Okay, so then we start. Bella, take your marker. Okay. You have a marker here.
How about
and what you're going to do is you're going to follow these dots. So these all need to be colored in. Well, it's time to unveil the finished products. Alyssa's, awesome job, and Bella, you had a spider, very nice. You had a goofy face
awesome
or something.
Job, Bella. You
right?
carved that all yourself.
I would definitely do this again, would you?
Yeah, it was fun. Why don't we put the light in now? Let's get our little votives.
So we have our little votive, so you can always...
Well, we pre-lit them only because we
Put
want
this
to not
in.
have a hard time doing it. But blow it out, and then you can relight it.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
There
Put
we
the
go.
lid on it.
And if we turn off the lights...
Janine, I don't know who had more fun, the kids or me, because I had my hands in all the seeds and, you know, it was just so much fun.
And our song, I like to carve it, carve it. I like to carve it, carve it. You missed all the fun.
Sorry.
Yeah, you did
right,
miss
she's
the
like,
fun.
whatever.
But she was having fun too.
Yeah, but the pumpkins, we're gonna bring them onto the show, and the carving kit was really simple and good for kids. It says 3 and over. So it was really fun, and you could involve the whole family, and you could do it for adults. I actually carved another pumpkin a couple days later, but the pumpkins don't last long after you carve them.
Right.
So you can't really, if you're gonna do it, you need to do it close to Halloween, like a day or two right before.
Or keep them in the refrigerator maybe because it was too warm where we had them.
I mean, I tried everything. I did the hand, and the hand looked great, and then by the end it fell right off. So I had to throw that pumpkin out. But I did the welcome one, and then I did another name, and it looked really nice.
Okay.
So
well,
try it. Definitely get it. It's fun.
I can't wait to give you girls some treats because you're dressed up and you've been good girls. And so what kind of trick are you going to do?
I can do this with my tongue.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's hereditary, you know.
I
can do it too.
Can you cross your eyes?
Yeah.
I can cross my eyes. Okay, now what do I get?
And I could close one eye.
Well, we don't have any. Here.
Okay.
This
So,
is my treat for
here
you.
are the treats.
Eat your bug.
Here's your goodie bag. I
Okay.
hope you like it. Here's your
I
goodie
want
bag.
This is torture.
Here's your goodie bag, Janine. Let's
Okay,
show everybody
so
what you got.
here's the deal.
Your favorite, you told me, were those.
I love caramel apples, but I have to eat fake ones because I'm allergic to real ones. My dad has
What do
this.
you mean fake
my
ones?
dad has this allergy that you're like allergic to real fruit, and he passed it on to me. So I actually can't eat real ones. It has to be like artificially flavored caramel.
You can't eat real fruit and you're dressed up as Carmen Miranda. How ironic.
But I'll still take a bite. I'll just probably get a
take a
little
bite.
itchy.
Okay.
Just eat the
love
nuts.
these.
Eat
These
the
are
nuts.
the
Look, there's a lot of
best
other good
treats.
stuff in here. There
Oh my
we have
gosh.
some M&Ms. Everybody likes M&Ms with the chocolate.
And clearly now
And
Milky Way are going caramel.
We have
Delicious.
caramel. And look at the pretty ring I bought for you. You mentioned about that you're out hunting for engagement rings. Well, check that sucker out. How's that?
Thank you. Beautiful. You know, some people spend a lot of money just to give like kids candy on Halloween, and even so, they even make like the treat bags. Like I always just throw them like 1 or 2 candies. Some people actually just make like treat bags, like you did for us,
I got
Debbie.
you some spooky candy. I have all of the
snails, but these are my favorite. I love Twizzlers, the peel apart ones, and their cherry. So those are my favorite.
Awesome.
And here, look at, I got you a witch Pez. Pez have been around for so long that people collect these.
They have been.
All different kind of Pez dispensers. So here's a witch for you. And I got you a pumpkin. Now here you are again with the fruits, but anyhow.
Is a pumpkin a fruit?
Are you allergic to pumpkin?
I think it is.
If it grows in the ground, isn't it? With seeds, it's a...
I thought it was a vegetable.
Yeah, it's a fruit. And then I got a bat because I'm a little batty. But aren't they cool? Now we talked one time about the grossest candy ever, and it was the Cadbury egg with the gook inside. They have them for Halloween now.
My kids will eat these.
Be gross with those.
All right.
And of course, the traditional candy corn. So while we're munching down, stay with us because when we come back, you're taking us somewhere, aren't you?
I'm taking you on a field trip to the scariest house in town. Well, their names are Tommy and Teresa Bruno, and you can find their house along Laurel Street in Hazleton, and they love Halloween so much. Over 1,200 kids came to their house just last year, and thousands of dollars have been spent to make their house as spectacular as possible. Take a look. All right, Tommy and Teresa, thank you so much for inviting me to your very horrifying home. I need to know all the work that goes into this.
There's tons of work that goes into it inside and out, and for years we keep adding things every year and then getting rid of some things as the years go on, but every year it's a work in progress.
I mean, this is terrifying. So I asked you earlier, why go for the scary look? Why not just like the cute little jack-o'-lanterns and scarecrows? Why this scary look?
How many people do you see going to cutesy haunted houses? People like to be scared, they enjoy the scary part of it, and so do we.
You have the music, you have the lights, you have kind of every aspect. So, I mean, you definitely put a lot of money into this over the years. I mean, would you say hundreds, thousands?
Probably thousands, definitely thousands.
Okay, which
hundreds every year.
Definitely means that you love Halloween. So why is Halloween so important to you, and why do you love it so much?
Well, we just enjoyed it. We have the old Victorian home. We enjoyed Halloween, and we thought, what a great place to really do it up, because the house is actually part of the decoration because it's an old home.
And you said that over 1,200 kids came to your door just last year. So I mean, people look forward to your house.
Yes, over 1,200 we did. And people ask us in August, they say, when are you going to start decorating? When are you going to start? And
so, you know, what are the responses? I could imagine little kids coming up and start crying. It's scary.
People scream, people cry, people are laughing, people are asking to take pictures with us or the house. And overall, it's a very fun vibe for everybody.
Absolutely. So what are some favorite parts of the house to you?
Favorite parts? Well, everybody seems to enjoy our zombie babies up on the top. We add one every year, and we keep them up high so they're out of the reach of everybody. But it's just, I think the whole feel of it at night, when all the lights are on and everything's moving with the lights and whatnot, it really gives you a whole different feel than it does in the daytime.
Any kind of haunted scares? Did you ever have any scares? I mean, I would wake up, look out the window, see that baby, and I'd be horrified.
Our house has its own haunted history that has nothing to do with the decorations. But the decorations, no. One thing that scares me today, every day, we have a zombie in the foyer, and every time I come around my steps and look, I think somebody's standing there, and it startles me for 2 seconds.
Absolutely. And so, as a couple into Halloween, do you watch a lot of scary movies around this time of year? What are some of your favorites that maybe give you some ideas for your home? Halloween, there you go. And I guess last but not least, where are you located and when can people kind of drive by and check out your awesome house?
We're right on the corner of 3rd and Laurel. The house is decorated all the time, but the music usually goes on around 6 o'clock at night. It doesn't get dark now till around 7. So I'd say if you're gonna come by just to look at it, you're best off coming after dark so you can get the full effect.
And when it's time for trick-or-treating, this is definitely the place to come.
We'll be here all night.
All right, well, if you dare, stop by.
Wow, that was really great. And you know, these people are so generous because to open their home to all these people every single year, and every penny that they have invested in that comes out of their own pocket. But you know, anybody who's watching, if you have Halloween decorations, easy for me to say, any Halloween decorations that you want to buy or old decorations that you're not using, anything that you can donate them to this family. And if you want to donate candy that's in individual packages, like we have here, unopened packages, or money, they take everything and they will put it into improving the home and making it really great, because the whole community benefits from it.
Well, Jasmine and I might be eating all the candy that's here at the table today, but the other candy you could donate.
Right, and I want to thank our cousin Roseanne Sandrock for going out and getting all these neat treats for us. So thanks, Roseanne. She was our little assistant, and we really thank her
While
for
we're
that.
throwing out thank yous, I'd like to thank Dr. Joe, because I could talk tonight. I had a problem with my jaw where it locked and I couldn't open my mouth. And
boy.
I know you're all excited about that I couldn't talk, but yeah, thanks. A little quick shout out to
Geez,
Dr.
a quick shout out to Debbie for this amazing candy.
and for that acne tomorrow. Oh, sorry, that's a different show.
Well, you know what? I think the most amazing thing about Halloween for me is that it allows you to just go into some kind of a, you know, just
like chocolate,
be whatever you want to be. And then all the treats, how did the treats get started with all of these? Does anybody have any jokes? I mean, I gave you all these nice treats and I gave you, get no tricks here.
No, I don't have any. I don't have any. I'm sorry. I have nothing.
Well, I will. So, any pet peeves about Halloween? Because you know, Halloween has
no
never
pet peeves about Halloween.
been my favorite
love it.
holiday. So, you know, when you go to a door and you're a kid and you have your bag, and you know you're hoping for that big chunk of candy, and then they're trick or treat, and then they are serious. Look, I want to see your.
I think it's spooked. Janine, your broom
is flying away without me.
Its own.
Stay. Go. Okay, but you know, is when they would ask for a trick and you seriously would not get a piece of candy until you did a trick.
Yeah, no kids do tricks anymore. They have no idea what you're talking about. They don't even understand.
They're like,
well, I think the kids like all the decorations.
For a piece of candy?
The kids like all the decorations too, and I know we used to put out a lot of decorations when your kids were little in the house, but now I concentrate on the outside. So we try to, for safety's sake, anybody out there who's going to accept Halloweeners, put your light on so the kids know that you're accepting Halloweeners. Try to have the sidewalk lit up for the kids. Be prepared for them. Have your candy. Be at the door. I know in Brook Hill where we live, the kids come in droves. We get about 250 Halloweeners every year, and it's so cute to see all the little kids come in.
250.
Yeah. We do, and they come right up to the door and just, it's like a little assembly line. We have all the candy right. And our dog gets so excited. I did dress him up, and maybe you'll get to see a peek of him, but this year we have Gucci dressed up as Super Dog. So he was kind of cute, and I also put the biker dude on him, but he was not real happy with that. A lot of people dress their dogs and things up all the time. They're pets.
It's so sad because when I was little, like my mom used to turn off all the lights, and people would be like knocking on the door, and she's like, we never had candy for anybody. I'm like, Mom, just open the door. And I remember one year, like we like scrounged for stuff, and that was it.
God. So, well, my husband scrounged one year before I got home from work. He didn't know where the candy was, and the kids started ringing the doorbell, so he panicked. And he went into the cupboard. He went to the cupboard. He was giving out like cans of corn, and like all these poor kids, they're going home with vegetables. Well, at least it was healthy.
I've never known
I came out, and all my cupboards are empty. I said, my gosh, don't you remember we stockpiled on all the candy? Well, guess why? He wanted to save the Snickers for himself because he loves the Snickers and all the candy. So of course we had the little Halloweener.
Well, that's Milky
Sammy.
Way.
Yeah, that's
I got money before.
You got money?
Some people give out money.
Yeah, well that's good. Give out a lot of money though, because you can't give a penny anymore. What does a penny buy?
Nothing. Some dollars.
Yeah,
pennies
dollars.
add up. Well, we're running out of time, so I'm going to cast my last spell as we go.
Can you cast this spell so I don't get pimples from this chocolate?
Yeah, how about no calories for these too?
The chocolate will not cause pimples for Jasmine.
Well, happy Halloween to everybody. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to drink up the brew that Janine made for me. What am I going to turn into?
Well, probably that frog right there, but we'll see.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you on the show.
Bye.